Well, folks, I'm on the road here. It's a very kind of misty / foggy day out here. I'm on my way to pick up this antique painting that I purchased on eBay, as a matter of fact. I have intentions to sell this at auction in a couple of months. And what happened was, I looked at it, they had it on as an auction. They also had it, my goodness, look at that brightness from the sun back there. There we go. Sorry about that. Had it on auction, and then they had a buy it now price. Now, this particular painting is a decent size, and if you've ever tried to ship a large piece of artwork, it is not easy to package and also can be quite expensive to ship. And so the shipping charge was going to be $250. But it was free if you picked it up. And it just so happens that the person selling it is only an hour away from where the warehouse is. And so I was very pleased by that. I went ahead and made an offer. I purchased it, and I worked it out to where I could pick up the item. And so I'm now on my way there. It's about an hour drive. I'm heading there. I'm going to get this sucker. When we get back to the warehouse, we're going to inspect it and talk about it. I'm going to show you some other artwork that I've been, picking and grabbing at places like antique stores, estate sales, thrift stores, and the like, with the intention of selling at auction. We try to do this 2 to 3 times a year with larger or somewhat valuable items, which we have a harder time selling on eBay. It may not surprise you to know or hear that certain items of a certain value, the buyers are not as likely or not wanting to purchase those through eBay as much as they would feel comfortable buying those at a known brick and mortar auction house that has clout, has reputation. These places do dealings all the time. They insure their items, they package and ship them, and there's a little bit more security in a buyer purchasing through a place like that, because they offer some things that eBay just does not offer. And so when we have a difficult time selling certain things, we'll take them to auction. Some things we hold on to and only sell at auction. I've already taken a large shipment of things last week. I took a bunch. I did take some artwork. I took some antique 100-year-old and older Asian ceramics. Also, a variety of gold jewelry and various things like that. This coming week, in just a few days, I'm going to take this painting along with other pieces of artwork, a large allotment, somewhere between 20 and 25 bottles of high-end bourbon and Scotch whiskey, as well as some other collectibles. We've got some Remington bronzes we're going to be trying to sell, and some various other pieces. So we'll take a look at that stuff, and hopefully you'll get some ideas on some stuff that you might be able to sell. If you've never sold at auction before, maybe take a look around in your area, see if there's anything like that. It's sometimes difficult to establish a relationship with a place like this, but if you can get in and have a good experience first, and you kind of learn the process, it gets quite easy, and it's nice to know that that's an available outlet to sell some of your stuff, particularly for resellers like myself. All right, I'm here at the Welcome Center, the South Carolina Welcome Center, and I'm here a few minutes early. I'm going to go hit the restroom, and maybe this guy's going to show up here in a moment. All right, here she is, folks. It's quite a large package. He had it all packaged up in case he was going to ship it. Anyways, can't wait to get this out. We're going to take a look at it here in just a little bit. All right. This is where I started, and this is where I'm at. It's taken me about 10 minutes just to get to this point. All right, still cutting through, trying to get at this slowly and safely. This is what was inside. Nice oil painting on canvas by an artist named Gustav Debransky. On the Shell is the name of this piece. Let's see, there are some minor condition issues. Got a little bit of flex there. Got a small hole here that needs to be patched. But overall, decent. It is signed, as you can see. Bronsky. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, but it's quite a large painting. I mean, this is my hand. So you can just see the size of this piece. It's quite large. It's probably 30 some inches wide. A very heavy duty, thick. As you can see, again, my hand on here, very thick. It's very deep frame here. Unfortunately, it has been painted. They used to have this sort of gold gilt color that was kept off so that you could continue to see the name what was on here, but it's this brownish color. I don't love the color. It kind of makes that a little bit darker and dingy, but the painting could use some cleaning. I might have this repainted, the frame, but I like the look of it. Very happy to have this. I'm glad it got back in one piece. I am loading up a bunch of artwork today to take to the estate sale. Here we have some Frederick Remington bronzes. I'm not actually driving with them like this. I'm going to package them up. But anyhow, we've got some really cool ones. We got Cheyenne, we got Mountain Man, we got Wicked Pony. And then right here, folks, we've got an amazing antique room divider, Asian room divider, and as you can see, each of these little pieces is hand carved out of things like bone, cinnabar, and jade. Just absolutely beautiful, painted, hand cut, carved, put in here. You can see a piece is missing. I've got it, but it fell off. Over here you can see it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's cracked. It's been in much better condition in the past than it is now, but really incredible. This thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping to get a good price for this. Here we have a 18th century oil painting depicting Marie Antoinette. This is either a French artist or an English artist. Usually she has a white hair, but when she was younger, some of them had her with darker hair like this. But if this is not actually her, it's definitely in that style, and it's definitely from that time period. We're talking late 1770s here. And then we got other things down here. This was from an abbey in France. We've got little watercolor paintings. We've got some dry point, intaglio, some more watercolor here. Leonard Reedy. Here is someone named Siemens, I believe, S-E-M-E-N-S. It's a really lifelike still life of some eggs. Here is a copy of Roberto Ferruzzi, Italian, called Madonnina. This is signed by Bob Ferruzzi, which happens to be that famous artist's grandson who did that. Pretty awesome. Here's someone, Richard Ranft, After Carat, the bridge. After Carat, this is a watercolor print. We've got old antique Chinese silk screens. We've got some other paintings back here. Here's a nice old oil painting. I mean, these things have been stacking up. It's time to get these to the auction. And so we're going to be bringing these out today, loading them up, and hopefully get a decent price for this stuff. Sweet, sweet Marie. She's been on the wall down here in level F273 asterisk for probably 2 years now. And you can just see how big she is, just given the size of her laid up here against the truck. One of many from the fleet. And I hate to get rid of her, but she takes up so much space. Anyhow, kind of bittersweet. Definitely be happy to get something from her. I paid $200 for this painting, folks. 250 plus year old painting here. And someone did a pretty good job on it. Starting to load this other stuff. Need to put some different layers of wrap and stuff to protect this stuff. She's going to be the last one in, then I got to protect her, then I got to put the stuff, and then get the Remingtons here into, we got down here, get these Remingtons down into in the cab, and off we go. I think I got her all loaded here, folks. I got her all in, got some stuff in between to keep them from rubbing on each other, got some blankets in there, some kind of packing blankets, and then we got this in case there's any sort of drizzle. There's nothing in the forecast, folks, but you can't be too careful. We're going to get this going, but today I have to actually run out now, and I need to drop off some stuff at the post office for fulfillment, and then I'm going to try to stop by one thrift store on the way and see if there's anything that might interest me. Typical life of a reseller, folks. I did manage to go by a thrift store, and I found several goodies, folks. This is what you got to do. One moment in the day, I'm fulfilling stuff, usually in the mornings. Another time, I'm researching something. Maybe I'm, fixing something, repairing something. The next bit, I'm doing research to find out what something the sold comps are. I'm looking at online places on Facebook, on eBay, on Etsy, on Poshmark. I'm looking at estate sale things. I'm looking at if there's anything around yard sales that are going to be happening anytime soon. And then in between running to go places, I may stop by these estate sales, these thrift stores. Today I stopped by a little thrift store. I found a bunch of goodies. Spent around $50 on everything you're going to see here. Let's talk about it. And then towards the end of this video, I'll show you a few things that have sold in our store. Kind of a well-rounded video. You can see lots of stuff we're doing. I put all these items on the floor here, folks, of the warehouse, and I'm just going to start. I'm going to jump right in here. I'm not going to waste any time. I don't like to waste time. I like to give you information, help you out. If there's anything that can trigger some thoughts or help you out, let's get right into it. This tub was covered with plastic. I removed the plastic just to do a cursory glance, but this is a variety of little toy items for like toy dolls, accessories. We've got like a car in here, and I actually didn't look. I'm assuming this is maybe Barbie, a Barbie brand car, but maybe not. It's Mattel. There were a couple of dolls in here. They were not Barbie dolls. They were something else. And then there's a bunch of clothing, and I have not looked to see if these say, Barbie on them. Well, that's a 1977, so this is definitely vintage. A lot of times they will have the little tag inside that will say Barbie, like this that I'm looking at right here. I think this is one. Let me get in here and pull that up. Yeah, right there. See that? Barbie. Okay, a B, pink with a B. So some of these are Barbie brand. Others look to be something else. Folks, when the Barbie doll brand hit and it was very popular, a lot of other companies started making dolls that were similar, and that usually happens. You got competition and stuff, and so sometimes you're going to find these things all Barbie stuff together, sometimes no Barbie, and sometimes it's a mixed bag, folks, and that's okay. There's lots of other ones that are either collectible. There's a little damage on that, but anyways, I'll package up all of the clothing together and sell it separately from the other things, maybe one of these big vehicles separately, but I'm just going to make this an auction lot. I paid $5 for all this, folks, $5. I might be able to sell the car for $5, but I'm going to list these on auctions. These will sell. I'm not worried about it. It was not a big expense. These will sell. Not too tough. If you can get Barbie stuff, especially the older vintage clothing, that can do really well. All right. I'm going to show you some items that people oftentimes look over. Things like tape dispensers, staplers, scissors. All of these things carry value, folks. These are some older ones, and I paid $1.25. I like to pay less than that if I can, but this is the Bates 88P. It's a handheld stapler. These are both still usable, functional if you need them in your office, your home office or whatever. And then the Ace Cadet Lifter Model 302 from Chicago. Now, I will probably put these, I could put them up individually, although there's a lot listed individually that have sold and have not. But I may just list these two together, try to get them sold quickly. Put them up, I'm $2.50 in. If I just put these up for $10 to $14 at an auction. I imagine I could even do them as I buy it now. I can imagine I can make a quick flip, and it's not a ton of money, folks. I know I showed you a bunch of expensive, valuable artwork and different stuff earlier in this video, but folks, I mean, this is the stuff that's our bread and butter, is buying and selling these small things. This is what keeps the lights on, the doors open, so to speak. Right here we have a picture frame, $1.50. Now, we get art all the time, as you've seen, big and small, and so sometimes it's nice to have this because it'll come in with a frame that's not very good condition. We'll just swap it out with something that's nicer. In this case, it's pretty nice. It's made in Italy. It's got this like pleather or leather tan kind of thing on the back. It looks like it's never been used. Still got the original insert in here. I don't know. It says, what does it say? Distributed by Target Corporation. Okay, 2004. So this is from Target, but it's actual. This is nice wood grain here, and so I like that. It's made in Italy. That'll definitely sell for maybe $8 to $10, maybe more than that. And then here's another one, another nice frame. Again, nice kind of older look here. The red doesn't look to have been used much at all, and you got this full, pretty heavy duty. Almost like MDF board or whatever that is on the back, but this is good. I mean, these are both. This is a 4x6. No, it's a 5x7. 5x7s. Books, folks, especially when you can get them for $1 or less, can really be good. This is the Book Club, as you can see, edition of Cujo. But I always like, when I see these, I think, oh man, could I get a first edition? That'd be awesome. They're out there, folks. You find them sometimes. But even a Book Club edition of this book will sell definitely more than $1 easily. It's the author of Firestarter. Well, he's been author of lots of stuff, hasn't he? Oh, guys, I tell you what, I cracked up. Isn't this the truth? Union Stock Card, Jackson, Mississippi. What I know about women after 50 years of experience by Professor Albert Einstein. Not Einstein, but Einstein. It's a student of women. And you can see by the look here, this is either older or made to look old. Well, what is the first thing that he has learned? Okay, well, maybe that's just a cover page. Nope. Right, guys, I led up to it. Folks, after 50 years of experience, he's learned nothing about women. I love it. To me, that was worth 25 cents for that gag. It was worth it. I'm going to give that to Peaches and see if it helps him out with his search for the perfect woman for him. All right, Essential Picasso, another book for $2.50. This is a very nice book. It's all Picasso artwork and tells stories and explains what's going on, different periods of time. Very well-known artists like Picasso, these books are always going to be in demand. People are going to want these. I'm trying to see, Paragon Publishing. I can't quite tell where, like who sold this, right? Like where this sold from originally. But again, $2.50. And I'll tell you, this is from 99, okay? I think, well, part of it was published in 99. So I'm gonna lay this over here. Right here, Saul Steinberg, The Discovery of America. Again, we're at $2 for this book. This belonged to somebody else that they put their thing in here. But this is also not exactly Picasso, but sort of up there in that same, some of that approaching the same style in some cases. And so my guess is someone who's interested in Picasso might also be interested in that type of artist. I'll look them up. And then, of course, Norman Rockwell. Everyone knows Norman Rockwell, but he's not the same type of artist, but he's more of an illustrator, fantastic artist. But this is also a great book. And so what I could do is take all of these that I bought for $2 that are art related, and I could, that's got some damage. It's got like a chunk popped in it there, but here we go, Henry Matisse. So again, it didn't really damage the book itself, and it didn't even go all the way through the cover, but I'm basically 2, 4, 6, 8.50. Actually, that's $1. So I'm about $7.50 to $8 in on all 4 of these books. I could throw these up for $30 to $40, maybe a little bit less than that, and sell them very fast. So books, if you can get nice art books like this, it's kind of a no-brainer. Next up, folks, and I'm wrestling whether or not I'm going to give this to a friend who likes cats, or I'm going to sell it. But basically what you have here, folks, is like a Russian nesting doll situation of little kitties. Okay, so I'm going to pull these out. Look at these. It's kind of almost more like I guess it's kind of like a rabbit almost. Another little stinker in here. Pull that out. And then at the very bottom, oh my goodness, it's holding a little gift for you. Yeah, maybe a little happy birthday something. I think it's cute, folks, and it cost me $2, so that was a very easy purchase. I don't know what they sell for, but people who like cats definitely like that. Next up here, folks, is this. Now, it may not be your cup of tea, both art-wise and frame-wise, but frames like this can sell for really good money, I'll be honest with you. The Pet Lambs, copyright by H. Howlett and Company, and I don't see a date there. What do we got? Portland, Maine. Awesome. Well, I'll take it out and look at the back, but this is like an old school antique lithograph type thing that's tinted. It cost me 12 bucks. It was actually not $12. It was like 50% off, so it was like $6 here. But this is a very old frame. Let me flip it over, and this is where you learn the most about stuff. Look at this wood that they use to hold that in the back there. Tiny little pieces of panels of wood, these old nails, and you can see how these have been fastened together. So I could try first selling it as it is. If that doesn't sell and people don't like or care for the artwork, I can remove the artwork and sell the frame by itself. Okay, so that was kind of cool. Not exactly my taste or my flavor, but I've seen these sell for $100 or more on eBay, believe it or not. Okay, last couple types of items here, folks, would be hats. Desert Storm, an old trucker style ball cap. Okay, now you always want to look when you're getting these and look at this portion right here, this cream portion, because a lot of times the older ones can crack and sort of start to disintegrate, and people don't really love it when that stuff falls on their hair when they're wearing hats. The other thing is these bills sometimes can crack in the middle, and people also don't like bills that aren't, they either like them to be flat or they like to curl them like that. But see, if they snap and they break in these little spots, people don't love that as much. This one's, you can tell they were cracked a little bit as I bent it, but it can stay flat. It's not too damaged. And then here we've got the disaster recovery from North Carolina Baptist Men, and it has a little pin that came on it. North Carolina Baptist Men Mountain Flood March of '96. Yes, they did. Right here, we got the Cobra caps. So I've got a brand name. That's nice. A little something, look at that, a little something plastic kind of flecked and broke out of there. This is the portion I'm talking about right here, folks. Right in here is this type of stuff. That's kind of more felt, and this is actually pretty good condition. I'll look at the back to see if I can find branding on that as well, but this is Cobra. These cost me 75 cents a piece. Folks, I can sell these things for $2 to $5 on the low end every day without blinking an eye. Okay, and if they don't sell, I'm not invested much in them. It's not a big deal. I'll save them up till I have 10 or 20 at a time, and then I'll sell them for $30 or $40. People are like, oh, $2, that's great. And you know, it's not bad. These fit together really easily. They're lightweight, they're easy to ship, no brainers. And then this was a very nice little just sort of like a little you know, container, little flower pot type thing. What I liked about it was it's a great condition, first of all, and it was half this. It was $1.50. I like that it's on these little stands so that you could have drainage from watering. But as you notice, there are no holes in this. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll drill a little hole or a couple of little holes very carefully in the bottom so that water can drain out. The fact that it's lifted up like this means you can set it just about anywhere and it's not going to be covering up those holes. I hate to do it on this one though, so it's such a nice piece, and the glaze is really, really nice. So we'll see. I may give this to Flo. She loves gardening. Got such green thumb, couple green thumbs, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to let her try her hand at using this. If she's not interested, I might throw it up for a week to sell like this. If not, I will go ahead. I will drill some holes in this, and then I will sell this, market it as a bonsai plant planter. It's shallow. It's a really good depth, and the fact that it has these little feet on it will help it stay up off the ground again for the drainage. How you do, folks. Let's go through a bunch of stuff that has sold in our eBay store from the warehouse over the last couple of months. First off, we got this Movado manual 14 karat gold old school Swiss watch. And you can see here, if you look on the inside, it shows 14K 585. It's got gold content. It's a really nice watch, $375. Then we got this old meerschaum corncob pipe. It's actually been used and charred. They call this the Missouri meerschaum, but they still hold value even though they're used. $50. Pipes, they do really well for us. Keep a lookout for old estate pipes. Then we got this high-end Christian Dior set of earrings. Beautiful. Ruby with rhinestones. Even nice costume jewelry can sell for good money. $150 on that pair that we paid $1 for at a thrift store. We got a bunch of lots of this same type of stuff from the same estate sale. It's a bunch of stuff from an old watchmaker. Watches, components, repair pieces, full watches and stuff. And we split them up in all these lots. This is the first of them that's sold. $18, $10 shipping. We're selling tons of these. We've already made all our money back, and we're into the profit now at this point. It's pretty nice. I would definitely look for watch-related items. Here we got Astounding Stories. This is old school 1930s pulp fiction magazines. We got a large lot of these. We're doing really well with them. Some of them we're selling individually. Some of them we're selling as lots. But folks, get to know your brands. Astounding Stories, Amazing Stories. We've got some that H.P. Lovecraft first printed his stuff in. They can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. This is a sterling silver set of two different, looks like captains or flat pins, gold tone and silver tone. They're sterling silver. That's why there was the interest, almost $28 plus $10 shipping. This here is a Cornwell, I think, brand sterling, weighted sterling silver. Salt and pepper shakers with the original kind of felt baggie that's in nice condition. They can be polished up even nicer. But somebody definitely wanted these $23, so basically $34 if you include the shipping on those. And here's an example, $184 from this 1937 lot, one per month, so 12 issue run of Astounding Stories, $184, which is really nice. We've sold several of these lots so far, and we have several more to go. Again, know your authors, know the stuff from the early pulp years, 30s, 40s, and even 20s if you can get a hold of it. The materials, though, were very, very low quality, so it's hard to find ones in good condition. Here's another Bulova Accutron Astronaut vintage watch, 10 karat rolled gold, so just gold plated, but still pretty nice condition, worked for $199. And then this nice bracelet, it's sterling silver. We don't find ones like this very often, but it's very Byzantine kind of era looking. Coral looking stones in it, beautiful. $50 for that one. I was happy with that. Cost about $5. And then this Tiffany decanter, no scratches, a little dirty, but good price there. Tiffany, you can see it says $90 for this. I think we paid $35, so not a huge profit margin, but we're not going to frown at that either. Now we got this Power of the Force, a bunch of these old, not super valuable by themselves, but in a lot, $154.50. We were pretty happy with that. Nothing super special about them, but they were sealed. And then we got this James Avery sterling silver charm bracelet. You can see there's several different charms. Frog, we got the state of Texas, various stuff. $140 for that. It was $2 in a bunch of mixed costume jewelry. Then we got this pipe. It's a meerschaum pipe. Meerschaum is a porous stone harvested from Turkey and some places up in Europe. Beautiful. This is hand carved. $50 for that one. I think we paid $12 for it. Now, this is a large lot of vintage Real American Hero, G.I. Joe. Some of them were complete, some of them were incomplete, but a lot of them had accessories, bagged up individually, labeled $1,050 for somewhere around 60 some of those little boogers. And then here's some more of this watch lot I was telling you about. We got these, just a bunch of faces, dials and faces of watches and pocket watches, just loose, $57 for that. And then this was a really nice one, Patek Philippe Geneva pocket watch dial there, face, $22 for that. And then here's just a used pair of Gore-Tex Solomon men's hike and trail shoes, $40 because they're still in really good condition. We paid $1 a piece for these Honer harmonicas. $1 a piece, 3 different keys, C, D, and G, $42 for that lot. We sold them the day after we bought them. And this, another high-end Crown Trifari set of clip earrings with rhinestones. We paid $3 for this set, and it sold for $76 after 1 week of bidding. 9 bids. Again, these high-end stuff is really nice. And then this right here I bought because it was labeled as costume jewelry. They said faux coral. But when I looked real close at that, I could tell it was actual coral, and upon further inspection you'll see it shows down here on the side 1/20 12 karat gold filled. They're not going to put plastic in gold filled stuff. They're going to put real coral in that, folks. $50. It was a really good purchase. And then we're just kind of blowing out some of these less interesting real picture postcards in a lot here. 70 of them, $100. We were just moving these. We've got a lot. They're a lot nicer. But anyhow, keep a lookout for postcards. They can sell really well. You can find them for $2 or less a piece, sometimes way less than that. Folks, I hope some of that stuff helped you out today. There's all kinds of stuff that you can find out there that can make you money. I could do it at all kinds of places, doesn't matter where. I can do it at grocery stores, at places like Walmart, or even thrift stores, antique stores. It's just a matter of how much are you going to make. If you want to learn how to do this, how to find out what would be worth your time, please check out our playlists of different categories of things that you might be interested. We're going to be putting another one out later this week. Come back and see us.
I trust you how to.